Last conversation, we were talking about finding your gift, finding your purpose, that type of situation. Now, this is a story from a real person. This is their life. This is how they live. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm watching a YouTuber, and he is born and raised in Vegas. He says that at 16, 17-ish age, he started gambling,
Hmm.
and he started to get a knack for gambling to the point to where he was like a student athlete or whatever, and he actually stopped playing the sport to gamble full time. That's how good he said he had become. Right?
Oh,
And he
okay.
said that he had a knack for picking winners. He started, studying the game of gaming. That is how he made his living. That is how he funded several businesses that he owns, and the fact that he still gambles today. Right? And he was an older male. My question is his ability to pick the numbers a gift?
Um,
And remember, it's all opinion based. You ain't gotta.
of course, of course. I'm trying to think. So he he picks when he picks the numbers, they're winning numbers, correct?
Yes. Well, his thing. So the basis of it is not like he's some miracle child, and every time he goes to place a bet, he wins. It's not that type of fantasy situation. He's consistent enough to make a living off of
And
his winnings. He's consistent enough to make a living. He's consistent enough to have made uh, what he says is a lot of money,
hmm
to the point to where it funded other businesses that he has.
I wouldn't say that was a gift because if you actually sit down and study and do the number game, you can pretty much, yeah,
So
get
I would say then, in your list of things that you had are supposed to lead you to the gift, right? The
uh-huh.
It wasn't the one power of perception or something like that.
So you had the perceiver, the server, the teacher, the encourager, the giver, the ruler, and showing mercy. I won't think he's a perceiver. His technique of getting the ability to get numbers is not in none of those. At least according to the way I understand the definition that's given, I would say no.
Off script of what you have learned
Okay.
or have been taught, right?
Okay. Right.
Just looking at it from uh, a point of view of, could this be a gift, as a possibility, not necessarily based off of what you learned, but
Based off what I've if we're not basing it off what I've learned, then yeah, I would say it could be a gift.
okay, you could
Yeah.
you could say it's probable, but not
Mm,
necessarily just based off of what you learned, but just how you're looking at it objectively. You're not
exactly.
using one piece of information as an overall um, judgment on the thing.
Correct. So yeah, if we were going by the ones that I've learned that has the definition, I would say no, it's not a gift. But
Mhm.
just as an overall, excluding what I've learned, I would say
Mhm.
yes, it's a gift because he has the ability to strategically figure out, and not saying that he hit the number all the time, but he has been a good percentage of winning. I would say, yeah, it's a gift to have the knowledge to do the mathematics or whatever to get the numbers. Do you think it's a gift
Oh yeah,
besides? Okay,
without a
okay,
doubt. I think that's a gift without a doubt. Um, there's clearly, and he describes the his journey of being amongst these men in, the gambling establishment out in Vegas and what.
Okay.
And he's in rooms with wise guys, mob people,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they're asking him for advice and and whatnot. And
Gotcha.
he didn't really realize the magnitude of people he was in the room with. He's just a kid, trying to win his bet. But it's
Mm,
clearly, to me, it stands out as a gift because he clearly saw something that other people didn't see,
mhm.
right? And whether
Right.
or not he can describe that, sometimes you have a gift and you just don't know what you, right?
Yeah,
Um,
you have it
there's
and you don't
people,
know you actually got that gift. Sometimes you can have a gift and other people see the gift, but to you it's just, okay, I know how to do that. It's like,
right,
you know,
right.
you kind of downplay it, which is one thing we're learning too, that if you know you got a gift, don't downplay your gift. But
Yeah.
like with him, he just thought he had the ability and he may not have looked at it as a gift.
Well, I know plenty of people who have a keen sense of perception about
Mm-hmm.
things going on around them.
Mm-hmm.
And because they've been taught that those things are evil
Mm-hmm.
or, is not taught here or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they've watched too many
Mm-hmm.
spooky movies, they truly miss out on harnessing that gift and really bringing it to light, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of people that miss out on it. And true enough, that's part of our culture too. That anything that can't be explained is evil. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the thing about it. That's prevalent in this culture that we
Mm-hmm.
live in. And I truly and true enough, that's the whole. If you think about it, the whole grind thing of building a life and building, a home and family, right,
Mm-hmm.
can take you really out of knowing what your gift is because you're so hyper focused over here. And like I said, I'm not knocking anybody.
Correct.
Um, it's just that, things could be a lot different if you just kind of tune in a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing about it. Yeah, shoot, I'll be wishing I could see some shit. Give me that box phone on that one. Yeah, give me
Right.
500 on that. I'll be all over it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think it's a gift because I think he sees something or sensory wise feels something that other people don't feel.
Okay.
Especially when you can say it's a gift for me if you're saying that you funded everything you wanted to do in life by doing this and
Yeah.
tuning in to you, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and you no regrets on it. You have a great, life from it. Shit, that's a gift all day. And he did talk about, the learning curve of just learning, you know, keeping up with the different sports and learning which one's best for him and this, that, and the other. But he said that there were two prominent places that he gambled at.
Hmm.
And at one point, he had so many comps that he could have stayed in both of them over a year and a half.
Oh wow.
Right,
That's good. Yeah, yeah,
right.
that's good.
And he said he was basically comping people dinners and comping people, like people he knew. Oh, you're celebrating your anniversary here, have a dinner on me. Or that he said that's how much he had.
Oh
And,
wow.
and so I was like, nah, that's a gift. You see something or feel something that other people don't see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or versus just like me would be just be gambling.
Taking a
Okay,
chance. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly that. You know, so. That's why I believe it's a gift.
Okay. Well, like you say, if we excluding what the ones I've learned from the survey we took, but just in general in life, yeah, it's a gift.